In this third module, a section in module 1, rather, we will be covering additional careers and construction in your future. This is part 1. What we should get out of this section after covering it, going through the reading materials, the videos, and so forth, you should be able to describe a typical career path for craft professionals. You should be able to describe sectors and the progression path for construction careers, such as, of course, on-the-job training, apprenticeship programs to become a journeyman, and also trade and technical schools. You should be able to identify different construction careers and the types of skills they require. And this section, there's no performance task. As we look at the different terms that we need to cover, number one, sector. Sector is basically the category of construction, distinguished between specific types of work, materials, equipment, and skills. Four sectors of construction are residential, the commercial, industrial, and heavy civil infrastructures. Here, we all understand residential. We talk about homes and apartments. Where it comes to commercial, it can be like retail stores. Matter of fact, I could say institutional. There could be even a sector that can be broken off from commercial, such as schools and hospitals. They are commercial buildings, but they're designed to be institutional type of designs. Schools, hospitals have people coming there for a certain time a day or a certain part of their life if they're going through medical issues or they're learning things. But schools are designed different than industrial, of course. Contractor is a person who oversees many parts of the construction project, including the source management, budgeting, code adherence, quality assurance, and construction materials. So a contractor is the one that put all these things together to make it a final project or building that they are working over. Project owner is the initiator of the project who usually finances the building endeavor. Subcontractors, specialists, specialty contractors. These are guys who are working under a general contractor. So, in other words, a subcontractor can be, let's say, an electrician or a plumber, or a mason or HVAC or a roofer. All these are special trades that is used on construction sites to put the final project together. So there's usually not just one person doing everything, but they would be subcontractors that specialize in certain tasks on a job. Crew leader could be a foreman or a superintendent or a lead journeyman. So a crew leader, um, their position is to supervise and oversee a crew of people, of craft professionals. So in other words, each trade, such as the carpenters, may have a leader, a lead journeyman that help direct the things that is happening. Same thing with the other trades like electricians or pipe fitters. They will have their crew leader or foreman. A site superintendent will basically manage the day-to-day activities of the construction site and supervise the work performed by the subcontractors. In other words, they are looking, matter of fact, let's say on a very large job, maybe a superintendent over just the sheet metal workers. And they're making sure all the guys working under the sheet metal trades getting things done. And again, it might be multiple workers there. They may be working on multiple floors, but the superintendent is basically making sure that everything is working together on the day-to-day activities. But a project manager oversee the whole job. In other words, they over the superintendents and the crew leaders. They making sure that the equipment and the scheduling and the planning through the job is actually are going forth. In this diagram, we can see, sorry about covering up somebody in your book, you'll be able to see this diagram. we can see how a job is put together. The CEO of a construction company will have senior management, and they're all communicating together. The CEO, the person who basically the officer of the organization, wanted to make sure the bottom line that they are getting jobs done safely, securely, and at the end that they are making money, that they are making a profit. However, they all working together from project manager to site superintendent, they all communicating with each other. As it goes down further, we see that how we get skilled workers, and these workers come from universities or community college or apprenticeship programs. And so they all work together. So in other words, you may start out in an apprenticeship program, but you may end up attending a community college to get additional skills and knowledge to become a supervisor. And usually universities have programs where you could become a construction project manager, where you actually run these jobs. And the higher up you go, less physical work you are doing, uh, working in the trade. However, you will be doing more work on the computers or supervising people, or better yet, leading the project. So here's some of the construction sectors you may run into. Contractor oversees many parts of the construction project, including resource management, budgeting, code adherence, quality assurance, and construction materials, and using the right materials for the job. The project manager is the initiator of the project and usually finances the building endeavor. So let's say somebody want to have a house built. The owner of the house would have to basically go to the bank to get money. They're talking to architects or general contractors or a combination of both of those, and they will basically looking for what they need, working with the architects to build what they need. The contractor hires a subcontractor to complete the very specific construction task. The site superintendent basically is there. He's the most experienced person on the job, technically making sure that the work is getting completed on a regular basis, that they're staying within budget, their payroll, they're using trying to when they budget out hours for labor, that they're not going over, and maybe sometime getting their hands dirty, actually doing some of the work so they can stay uh, on budget. But the project manager is the one who's really setting all the schedules, working with the superintendents, making sure that things are working together. The project manager is not only working with the superintendents and or the general contractor or the contractor or subcontractors, they're working with the management of the company too, the company that got hired. So in other words, a large construction company would hire superintendents that's on their payroll, but they also would have the project manager that working there. They show up to the job, but they're showing up at the office too, making sure that things are working smoothly on the job. So different type of careers. Again, it could start out from being an apprentice all the way up to the management position of it, or being an owner of a construction company. So construction offers a variety of available careers for people with variety of interests and goals. Depending where your goal is or what your interest is, there's unlimited amount of type of jobs you can do. Some people are trained in multiple trades, and so they can work either um, uh, well, I put it this way, I know a guy who's a carpenter, but he does plumbing also. I'm pretty good at it. And he kind of versed in electricity. Just been in the trades, you pick up a lot of different things. So construction careers offer earning potentials, that which is really good, opportunities for mobility, career advancement, and a continual training opportunities. And yes, the training never ends. There will always be workshops, seminars, and things you can go to. Many organizations that is built on education host things throughout the year where you can go pick up new skills, new talents, and abilities to be able to progress in your field of work. These are many of the types individual construction jobs you can have. carpenters, electricians, welders, pipe fitters. Some of these are found only in construction of commercial buildings or industrial, and some of them would be used on any type of field.
One of the things I think has to happen is we have to stop the madness. And that madness is that every student has to go to college and get a 4-year degree to be successful. I'm absolutely for education, but I know that there are students out there that are overloading themselves with student debt. There's families that have too much debt, and there's opportunities in construction. We need people now.
Part of devaluing career and technical education over the last 25 years has been this idea that if you are less capable, you go into careers like construction. Nothing could be farther from the truth.
Being a part of the construction industry is incredibly powerful because I'm surrounded by people who are passionate and love their jobs. There's an incredible level of integrity because we're creating things that are necessary for us.
In construction, you can start out doing welding, you can start out doing boiler making. You can make money and earn as you learn.
This is a great career for people who want to put their passion and dedication into creating amazing things.
I had a full ride scholarship for music, and I still realized that my education would be so expensive that I could never pay this off with the degree that I was getting. That's when I enrolled in the program at Savannah Technical College. Without the overhead of a student loan debt, I have as much disposable income as some of my friends that have taken 4-year programs. Construction is not just swinging a hammer anymore these days. I have calculators on site, I have laser levels. The entire thing, every design that I do is done on a computer first and then approved. So the technology is super efficient. Everything is going to change throughout the job. So you have to think on your feet, you have to be smart with math, and you get to work with your hands. It's a great profession.
Really awesome when you really look back on some of the things that they have really put into place to make our job much easier. A lot of people, they have the wrong concept of construction. There's so many different areas that you can go in being a construction worker. Gone are the days when people would think that you're just always being dirty or you're doing some hard, rough work. You know, there's so much more to it.
I can tell you for a fact, there are multiple pathways to success, construction being one of them. So when you're considering what to do after high school and the career path to take, know that there are lots and lots of options out there.
Thank you for checking out this video. Learn more about NCCER and build your future by clicking on the link. Like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date with our newest videos.
You get to travel a lot, go to different places and make a lot of money. My role here on site is an electrician. Basically do terminations, grounding. I've been an electrician 3-4 years. My dad was an electrician. He's been with TIC for a long time too, so I sort of followed in his steps. I would like to become a licensed journeyman and continue doing what I do out here. In my personal life, it has allowed me to go to places that I've never been to, states, and work with different people. With this construction company, there is a lot of opportunities to expand in your career and stay in this career for a long time.
My name is Josh Shavers. I am 28 years old. I am from Denham Springs, Louisiana. lot of my friends were in college and stuff, which is great, but it wasn't the route for me, you know. And financially, I know it's tough on a lot of people, so I saw welding. At first, my instinct was like, what pays the most money? You know, so I was like, welding, that's the way to go. So I started in the welding path and made a great living for me. Had vehicles, bought cash, paid off. You know, it made a great living for me and my family. You can always work your way up. There's multiple ladders, and really the sky's the limit. You know, I thought I got to the max with as high as I can go with welding, and I realized on the inspection side starts a whole new ladder. And after the inspection side, the management side becomes a whole new ladder. So you can always work your way up as high as you want to grow. You can absolutely achieve it.